Hey, welcome to Travis's Brick View, where we are going to break down and take a look at Lego sets, Lego news, Lego leaks, and conduct a whole lot of Lego reviews. So if you like the content, please comment, like, subscribe, and click that bell for more, okay? Today we're going to be taking a look at Lego Ideas Set 051, the Viking Village. We're going to be taking it apart, looking at it, and breaking down the pros, cons, what we like and don't like about it. Stay tuned for more. Lego Ideas 051, the Viking Village. This set is number 21343 with a total of 2,103 pieces. With a great price per piece ratio, this set comes in at a total of 130 USD. This says the 51st installment inside of the Lego Idea set, and it overall is a great set to have. It's filled with many different things. As we can see from the box art, there's 4 minifigures that come with this. Minifigures have been a staple of Lego, so let's see what we have. While it is said that there's 4 exclusive minifigures in the Viking Village set, it should be noted that the chieftain actually is the same torso image from set 31132, which is the Viking ship. Here we have a good glimpse of the blacksmith with the paintbrush in hand. The paintbrush is used to resemble painting the shields that are in the blacksmith village. We actually have a blank shield in there. The archer, we have his got a quiver on his back as well as a bow and arrow. He would be positioned up in the archer tower or wherever else you would find. One big thing that we do like is going to be the shield maiden. Great minifigure, great shield with a weapon. One thing that I really wanted to point out about this Viking is that the new hairpiece. We have this really nice braided hairpiece. I thought that was a really cool addition. One thing though that I do want to point out is that this Lego minifigure actually has a dual printed headpiece. So that way you can have 2 different facial expressions as well. There's also a really nice back print and front print to this that is kind of blocked by our quiver, but overall, really exciting piece. Thought this was a great addition. Here we have the Lego Viking set. This set actually comes with all printed tiles, which was actually very unique add-on that we got. So that means that none of these sets in here with a image on it is actually a sticker. They're all printed on, which we have actually quite a lot of them. We have some printed pieces here, here, and even on these barrels that are located over here. One thing that I do want to point out is that this set actually is 3 separate parts. This is one of the biggest things about the set that I liked and disliked. And later on in the video, we'll actually take it apart and show you what was good about it, what was bad. Looking at it first, I wanted to point out some of the different areas that we have. So over here, we actually have the blacksmith area. So inside of it is you take the top off right here, and let me just separate this so that way I can show you more close up. So we have a forge with some movable parts. If you press down right here, it'll actually make the fire look like it's coming up. That way the blacksmith can forge the metal and smelt it down. So we also have some weapons, a shield, which would have been kind of nice if it was also a printed piece instead of being blank, but it does play into the theme of the blacksmith painting it. So one thing though that I do wanted to point out with this was the tree. We have a good use of several different pieces, but I would have liked to see it a little bit more than just as what it is. So if we turn it around, I will actually show you these fern pieces that were created for the Lego Rivendell set that we got to see here. This was a nice feature to add as it kind of adds more vegetation. One of the other things that was noted was there are white pieces located throughout the set. That's used to represent snow. If we look around the back of the blacksmith, here we have the fire forge, and then over at the top, I really like this use to represent the smoke. I thought that was really unique. So overall, I like this area of it. I thought this was very unique, very cool. It was a good add-on, as well as being able to remove the roof. That way you can get in there and look around a little, all the details a little bit more. Since I have it separated right here, one of the things that I wanted to point out was how it connects. So this set actually connects with these, I believe Lego calls it stick with claw pieces, and you use these rods that are located right here to connect it. I'm not sure why Lego chose to do this instead of using a Technic stud. I feel like it would have added better stability. It's kind of flimsy, but overall though, I not really sure what their plan was with that versus creating a full piece, but you know, I'm also not a Lego designer, so I can't harp on it too much. So we also have our main cabin. We have a watchtower and a tower over here. These parts also separate right like that. And as with the other set, the roof does come off of this one very easily. It's not actually connected by anything that's difficult. It comes off very nicely. And again, very detailed. I like the inside of it. Here we also have a printed shield, some more weaponry, a fire, and a little, what looks to be a kitchen area. So one thing that I do want to point out is that it's not your regular doors that are installed on these. They are actually Lego built doors. I thought this was really cool. In the Viking Village era, there's a lot of things being built with wood and experimenting with stone, and this was a cool feature to have, and not just one of the regular doors that we get in a lot of modular sets. One thing though that I do want to point out is that they fully encompass the whole building. That means the back of it is not open, it's closed, and I really like this. I thought this was really cool. We have a lot of, I like how they laid out with everything with the rocks and brought it all together. This piece was also a great addition, and just like the other one, it just comes right back. Oh, I flipped it around. Right back on like that. There you go. So now for the third piece, we have our watchtower. Okay, so one thing though that is kind of interesting in this roof does not come off, but if we turn it over here to the side, the opening actually opens up, and here we can see inside. Workbench, pumpkin, a ladder coming up, and that will take you to the bridge that leads you over to the watchtower, or as we would call it, the Archer's Tower. Overall though, this set was very nice. Didn't mean to drop that. But one thing though that I will say was that I feel like you have this water theme that comes all the way around. It makes it feel like it's on a floating island, which, I don't know, that seemed a little much, but I would have liked to maybe fill it up with green. That way it looks like it's right on a waterfront instead of being an island. There's also a cave down here. This is where the blacksmith would go to pick ore, metals, and other things to bring down into the forge. Overall, though, this was a really great set. I like the layout of it. I think it all looks very nice and well put together. We also get another brick built door right there. Now I will show you the back of it. This is the back of the set. Overall, I'm really happy that they closed everything off instead of leaving it open. Some of the modular sets, I do feel like the back gets left out a little bit. Like this set, it's a little bit more picturesque in the front, but having the completed sets does kind of bring it all together and make it a bit nicer. Be careful with this back wall. It did tend to fall off a couple times before I got it back on there pretty good, but overall, great set. I do wish they added a little bit more of the white. I think it would have been cool to bring more snow into it versus just a little bit. It is kind of interesting. All the trees are supposed to be covered in snow, yet our roof has just little spots, you know, but overall, great set. Okay, so now we got the pieces resituated. I want to show you kind of like how they connect back together. It's kind of got to be careful how you put it back in. And once you do that, it's back in. But I do kind of want to emphasize the whimsiness of it. If you see, you kind of go to pick it up, you know, it's gonna start to move a lot, where you wouldn't really get that if it was a Technic stud. So little interesting why they chose to do that route, but overall it does make it easier putting it back together, just decreases the usability and movability of it. One thing I do want to point out as well is this piece right here. This logo on it is actually goes back to the original Viking sets. In the 2005 to 2007, there was a Viking ship that had this same symbol on the sail. I thought that was a really unique thing to add into it, a little bit of memorabilia. One other mention is I want to talk about the ground. I do feel like I like the idea of how they put these circle pieces located throughout different colors to represent stone. I think it would have been a lot more interesting if we got more of those pieces in here, so that way we can cover the entire ground with stone. I think they would have recreated a little bit of a better image. Also, one thing that I did find was interesting was these pieces right here. I just felt like it was lacking. Overall, they added, what, 6 pieces to represent water while you have all of this blue around. I think it would have been cool to add a little bit more, but it's also not going to take away from the price per piece ratio. Overall, Lego Viking Village is a great set. It's a fun set to build, but I do want to show a little bit more on the movability and how it kind of looks. So you can see that because the way the pins are, it doesn't hold its frame very well, so you do need to be very careful with it. But overall, I will have to say it is a great price per piece ratio. We have overall $130 for this set USD, and it has a total of 2,103 pieces. I think overall, what you get for the price makes it a great set to buy, fun build, especially with the holiday season right around the corner. If you have a fan of Vikings or Legos in general, like myself, this is going to be a great set. It's going to be it's going to go very well with them. So comment, subscribe, and like for more. Thank you for watching.